Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I'll be working on making wax seals, and this is the first time that I will be attempting on making any seals using wax. So I hope you will enjoy this process. Whatever I have learned is mostly through watching YouTube videos. So this is going to be definitely a trial and error, and I will try my best to incorporate any important information or anything that I have learned during this process. But so far that I have seen others working on it, I would say it's a fairly simple process. In terms of the supplies, you will need obviously the tea light candles, the wax beads, something to hold like the spoon. This all items I have actually bought off from Shein, and I really wanted to just give it a try and see how it turns out, and that's why I did not want to invest on something very expensive. But from what I have experienced from this little experimental project that I did, is that it's fairly easy to do these wax seals. And the important thing to note here is that the wax beads are obviously very hot, so you need to be very careful when you are pouring it. Also, when you have the stamp, you would be mindful of how you place it, so the placement will matter a lot. In this scenario, when I am doing on a protective layer, and it's just going to come off as a seal, so it really doesn't matter how you place it. But imagine if you are going to stamp an envelope, or if you're going to put it on your notebook or journal, you would want it to be facing right. So one trick that I have seen is that people mark on the edges, so you know which is the top and which is the bottom. Anyway, this is the first seal that I have done, which turned out pretty cool. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it's a little uneven, so I'm going to make a second batch. This is going to be for the second stamp that I have, and that stamp is actually the initial of my name. So I'm Alicia, in case you don't know, and you're new here. Hi. So I bought the lettered stamps because I really wanted my initial to be there, and this is the second attempt on making the wax seal. Try to place the stamp as much as in the center, so you have an even wax oozing out, and that really makes it look very pretty. And you need to let it sit for a few seconds. It doesn't take much longer, but just give it like 5 to 10 seconds to cool it down, and then the whole stamp will actually come out very good. I really like this second one way more than what I have done in the first one, especially because everything is so even and the characters look so cool. The texture have come out very well compared to the first one. So yeah, definitely I will give this a try on my journals. I also have this interesting shaped wax boundary cauldron. I don't know what to call that, but I really wanted to try that one, and I thought that 4 beads would be enough because I wanted to try it with some dried flowers that I have lying around. But then 4 beads of the wax was not enough. I guess if you really want to cover up the entire portion, you would need at least 6 to 8 wax beads. otherwise the 4 that I was using was not enough. So you can see me here, I'm trying to adjust, but in the end I will just take the boundary away and I will just try to put the stamp over it as normal. But before that I will put the dry flowers in and try to just make it look as much prettier as possible. I don't know how this is going to turn up, but I will just give it a shot. The dried flowers kind of got blended in the wax seal. I guess it's because of the darker color, but definitely a good trial that I have had with this wax seals for the first time attempt, and I really enjoyed making it. This is our back garden, and I have hung up 2 sheets of handmade papers that I did off camera, and it was taking a lot of time to dry out, and we had a nice sunny day, so I thought I will just put it out and get some sun and make it dry faster. This actually turned out very nice for the first time attempt again, but if you can see through the light, it's not very even. This is the mold and decal that I bought from Amazon. It was around 13 euros, I believe. This actually was attached with hinges, but I took the hinges off because I felt it was much more easier to handle the pulp in the water and also to strain the water out. I used an old container that we had in our home, and I put all the dried pulp that came along with the mold and decal. Dried pulps are not the best. As you can see over here, there's a lot of junk. It should be ideally very mixed with the water, but for the first time trial I didn't want to waste any of the papers that I have. But I did try to soak in some brown papers. These are the craft papers that usually comes with Amazon delivery boxes, and I wanted to try if I can make any papers out of them. And so far it has been soaking for 2 days by now, and this is not the most appetizing look, but here it is.
Hello, baby. Aww. Are you being cute? Are you being cute? Would you boo? Oh, you're so adorable.
Hi guys, so I've been working on the handmade paper as well as on the wax seals. So good news on the wax seals, they have turned up really well. Given that it was my first attempt, it turned out very well. The handmade paper on the other side was not the best that it turned out. So I bought this kit, the mold and decal from Amazon, and it came with some dried pulp. And I know from my research that I have been trying to see from a lot of the creators on YouTube, and most of them have suggested not to use dried pulp. So when this item came along with the package, I knew that it was not going to be the best, but since I was trying it for the first time, I still wanted to go ahead and give it a shot just to get a hang of how to use the mold and decal. And to be honest, it came out fine, but it's not the best. If I can show it to you here, this is how it has turned up. So in theory, they are good. I mean, if you are going to do just layering for your journals, I think this is quite nice textured paper, quite thick too. So I guess if you want to write on them, this is not the ideal one. So if you can see here, it's in line, you know, it's not, it's, first of all, it's very thick in places where it shouldn't be. So if you want to write on them, I don't think this is going to be the best paper to write. But I like the size. You know, it's a nice, I would say A5, no, sorry, A6. A6, yeah, probably A6 size. And I wanted to see if I can do a bending test and if it is going to hold on to it, or it will break. Yep, it breaks. As you can see over here, this broke. So if I want to, let's say, make this into a journal, right, a small journal, which is really cute, but this paper is like tearing off, primarily because the pulp was dry and it is thick on places where it shouldn't be. And I can definitely say that if you're going to paint on top of this, this is going to bleed very, very hard. But for my first attempt on a dry pulp with the size, I'm very happy. On the other hand, for the seals that I've made, the seals that I have made, I really like how they have turned up. If you can see in here, this is my initial, and I really like the design of this. It has Art Nouveau, Art Deco kind of style. I really like how the leaves are branching out of the letter, and it just makes it look very fancy. So if I am going to do any pen paling or sending out any packages, and if my customer or my client has the same initial as me, I think they will appreciate it. The other one that I made, and this is the first one that I actually attempted to do, so you can see that this is not quite round. The wax is more on one side compared to the other. It's more thinner on this side compared to this one that I made, which, like, this is the second one that I did, and you can see it's all even. So I kind of got the hang of it on my second trial. This is an olive branch, or maybe just leaf branches, a bunch of leaves, and they look very cute together, and I'm very, very happy. So I am planning to have more colors, color wax seals, so I can make more prettier ones, and I will be actually stacking them up and putting it on a tag, so it looks more pretty and presentable when I want to go ahead and sell them. So yeah, that's about it. It's the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a little different. I usually don't put my face in the videos. It's very nerve-wracking for me, so I hope this is fine. I am working on few things in the background, so I hope you will stick around and follow me in the process. And if you would like, just subscribe and hit the like button. It really helps me in growing my channel, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye.